So it started with Seek One, and I think they've posted some stuff either on their YouTube or Instagram or whatever about it. But they got an email from YouTube that just said, hey, we reviewed your channel and it looks like a bunch of your videos don't comply with our policy, so we're going to go ahead and remove monetization. You can't make money for 30 days on your channel, including videos that have nothing to do with hunting. So I spent last night, Macy and I went through all the guidelines, every term, Google AdSense, policy, partner programs, you name it. We looked through it thoroughly like we're freaking attorneys. And there's literally nothing in there that says you cannot hunt. In fact, I'll pop up a picture here where it says you can hunt. It literally says hunting is okay as long as it's done legally, as long as you don't bomb them or poison the animals. A couple days went by, and Senior Bass, who's got a channel, a hunting channel, he got the email, and my buddy Bobby Guy, who does a bunch of waterfowl videos, he got it, where he got an email saying, hey, next 30 days, you can't make money. We don't know what to change. I'm like reading these rules. I'm emailing people at YouTube going, what did these guys do wrong? They don't list a video. They're not like, hey, this video, this, that, and the other. So that's where we're at. It's basically Russian roulette out here, boys. You can't email your mortgage company saying, hey guys, can you guys like not send me the bill because YouTube randomly decided to take ads off my videos? Like, you can't do that. It's not a thing. The bills don't stop. The payroll doesn't stop. But for some reason, somebody sitting at a desk in California that doesn't like the fact that people in America still enjoy hunting for food decides, yeah, you don't need to make any money anymore.
Why are you the way that you are? Honestly, every time I try to do something fun or exciting, you make it not that way. I hate so much about the things that you choose to be.
And here we go again. And this is exactly what happens every single time YouTube makes some sort of policy change. It leaves creators scrambling. It leaves creators forced to guess at exactly what they did to anger their boss. And, you know, this is what I've been talking about with YouTube for, I don't know, ever. At this point, it's really difficult to... I've tried to take a different approach with Team YouTube. Try to be a little more polite, and, you know, ultimately the people that we plebs deal with, they're not the ones making these policies. I also understand that YouTube will be, can't tell us every little thing, but with this latest, essentially, removal of all hunting and fishing content from monetization, with what I can see is no warning, no information, just fully demonetizing these channels. It's insane. And so I saw, I don't watch a ton of hunting and fishing videos on YouTube. Maybe some metal detecting here and there. But a couple of people, my viewers, do enjoy hunting and fishing videos. And there was this video put out yesterday by Beefcake Flair, which was talking about several other YouTube channels that have been demonetized entirely. Now, there is some argument for, if they don't blur it, if you take a deer, it can be kind of, rough. Even on regular TV, they seem to cut away from the exact moment in which like the arrow strikes where it needs to hit, and things like that. And so there are subtle things that I think most people, especially people who make hunting content or fishing content, would probably be fine with, as long as they said, look, you're good. You just can't show the moment, where this happens. But what's happened here is YouTube seems to have contradicted themselves, because they have, back all the way in March, we can see the starting, how hunters are adjusting to social media bans. YouTube's executives are still willing to, for the time being, mostly look the other way, as they make money off hunters posting and watching videos on their content on their website. Hunting and the weapons used in such, however, inescapably linked, and YouTube has banned videos that market said tools of the trade and that show how to do many common repairs and upgrades. These political restrictions, and I agree that they are, have been used by YouTube's parent company, Alphabet, which is Google, to ban or demonetize a lot of legal weapon content on YouTube. Hunting shows and channels that post content on YouTube shows that mostly live on sponsorships, and companies that make firearms and related products now have to navigate these vague censorship rules set by Alphabet Inc., leadership people who mostly march to the beat of the progressive left. YouTube's treatment of companies recently made national headlines when it tossed Brownells Inc.'s channel, the Pew Pew Part Supply Company, known for its excellent videos on how to maintain, operate, and repair, off its site entirely. YouTube did quickly reinstate Brownell's channel, but only after pushback from Brownell's, many fans lit up social media and began to appear in national media outlets. This temporary snub from YouTube wouldn't have been all that newsworthy for national news outlets if it wasn't part of a trend. YouTube and its parent company Alphabet have marginalized, demonetized, and outright banned weapons content, politically conservative content. I'm not going to go down to the politics of it all. I'm mostly interested in what appears to be an obvious double standard. Okay, we have in YouTube's terms of service what is allowed, right? We may make exceptions for content depicting generally accepted practices like hunting, trapping, pest abatement, food prep, treatment, or even dispatch or properly butchering an animal. They're saying that regular standard hunting videos are fine, but what turns out is they are not fine. They are getting demonetized at minimum. Now, I know content that features pew-pews is an issue. Content intended to sell them, instruct viewers how to make them, ammo or certain accessories, or instruct viewers on how to install accessories is not allowed on YouTube. YouTube shouldn't be used as a platform to sell them or accessories noted below. YouTube does not allow live streams that shows someone holding, handling, or transporting a pew-pew. What this means for you: don't post content that sells it. Provide instructions, manufacturers. None of this stuff seems to be directly hunting related. I don't understand why we still have to keep finding out after the fact. It's frustrating because according to YouTube's own rules, the only rules that they could find, the only rules that I could find, is there's a literal exception for hunting, but now they're taking that down. Hunting is a very valuable life skill. Sure, if you live in downtown Chicago or LA or whatever, you're probably not doing a ton of hunting and fishing. But where I live, everybody has probably hunted or fished or knows somebody who does. Fishing is an excellent pastime. Its licensing funds the DNR, which takes care of our state parks and helps with wildlife preservation. Hunting in Wisconsin, for example, helps keep populations under control, something that continues to be a problem, as most kids now would rather play Big Buck Hunter or play some game on their tablet than actually get outside and do something, touch some grass. And I believe that the removal of this type of content or the demonetization of this type of content is only going to make that worse. Look, I understand that it's easy for people to say, like, well, if you like it, just make the videos and don't worry about earning money. Yeah, okay, fine, all right? But there are a lot of channels that this is a full-time job, that there are creators who have employees, who have mortgages, who have equipment to pay for, who have salaries to pay for, who have facilities to pay for, trips to pay for so they can go on site and teach people things. And yes, sponsorships are a thing, but they're not that easy to get. Yeah, I don't have a huge problem with them on a channel that has 1 million subscribers. But if you have a channel with 50,000 subscribers or 100,000 subscribers, you're hosed. I mean, even channels about like custom knife making and stuff like that. The problem is, I understand that YouTube wants to ban a very specific type of content, but too much very helpful, wholesome content is getting caught up in the net, and they're not saying anything about it. This is a channel that, has, Beefcake Flair. I assume you all, the viewers probably know who they are, who their main channel is, but it's insane to me that they're like, well, I have to create a whole new channel because, YouTube changed something willy-nilly, didn't care, and but they get to tweet out that, they're stopping crime apparently by hurting sportsmen and outdoors channels. This is so insane. YouTube, I really hope that you reach out and you give us some more clarification around this, because it's not okay. You say that you care about YouTubers' mental health. Well, what is this guy supposed to do? You're literally saying that this content is allowed and then demonetizing entire channels based on it. I don't get it. This content should be allowed. It should be fully monetized. And I'm hoping that this was just a mistake and we can get some more clarification from Team YouTube. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.